Are you a realtor who's looking to get started on YouTube, but you're confused, or you simply don't know what gear you need to get started? Or have you been at it for a little while, but you would like to update the gear that you currently have? Then this video is right for you, because we're going to go through step by step what you need to get started on YouTube as a realtor. I'm going to show you what kind of equipment that I use and what I see our clients use most often and what I can recommend for you. So let's get started. Hi guys, welcome back to the Unbound Creative Agency channel. My name is Joke. If you're new here at Unbound, we help realtors and mortgage professionals launch and scale on YouTube. We've helped dozens and dozens of realtors build successful YouTube channels so that they can attract leads instead of having to chase them. And the way that we do it at Unbound is that we take 95% of the work off of your plate. The only thing that you still have to do is shoot the videos. We tell you what videos to shoot, you shoot the videos, we take care of everything else. So in order to shoot those videos, you will need some equipment. Not a lot to get started, to be honest, but some, and that's what we're discussing in this video. Before we get started though, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you get updates on future videos. We launch videos every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel. Everything you need to know about YouTube for realtors or mortgage professionals. So let's get started. What equipment do you need as a realtor when you're starting out on YouTube? All right, so if you're just a beginner, you really do not need a lot. So all you really need when you're getting started on YouTube is a smartphone that can film in full HD, which most smartphones can nowadays. That shouldn't be an issue. A basic tripod and a room that has larger windows like this one so that you have a lot of natural light. For the tripod, you want to make sure that it is a tripod that can attach a piece where you can attach your smartphone or your tablet. If you have a tablet, an iPad or a Samsung tablet that films in full HD, that could also work. I would say look around the house for old smartphones as well. So for example, me right now, I am filming this video on an iPhone 12 Pro Max, but I also shoot a bunch of content on this one, which is a Samsung Note 10 Plus. It has stabilization in the video, which comes in handy for if you're outside shooting, like it won't be as shaky. But look around the house, because I know like I have two other smartphones lying around here as well. And what you can then do is just buy more tripods and you can have different camera angles. And a tripod doesn't have to be expensive. While I'm talking, we'll make sure that we put the products that I actually recommend on the screen, and also in the description below you can find all these products as well. So as you can see, you probably already have a smartphone. You could probably arrange a room that has enough natural light, and then all you actually need is a tripod where you can attach your smartphone or tablet. I wouldn't advise you buy a tripod only for a smartphone or a tablet, simply because if you think ahead, you might want to upgrade your camera one day, and so then you would want a tripod where you can also attach a heavier camera, and you don't want to then have to buy another tripod. So just buy the right tripod from the start and you're good to go. So those are the absolute essentials basically to get started. A phone, a tripod, and some natural light. No need for external microphones, external lighting, etc. But there are a couple of things that aren't that expensive that are nice to have, especially as a realtor if you plan on going vlogging, for example. So first off, I will say I am using an external light while recording this video, even though I already have a bunch of windows. I am using a ring light, which gives me the nice contouring of my face, and we'll also put it somewhere on the screen while I'm talking. You can get it from Amazon. There are different ones where you can adapt the brightness, etc. I don't have one that adapts brightness. I just have one that comes with one setting, but it's perfect. Then also you can see in the background, I have lights over there. These are literally just like my living room lights, but it is nice to have a light in the background just to create a little bit of a dynamic. It's not necessary. You also don't want to have like a spotlight or a bright light, but something more soft and warm in the background can create a little bit more of an atmosphere, which is nice, but again, not necessary. It's just if you want to. Then if you plan on vlogging for real estate is something that really, really helps you grow your channel. Then there are a couple of things that you could use. You could, of course, just use the tripod that you bought, attach your smartphone, and then hold it like that. But there is also a road vlogging kit, and you can buy it either for iOS, so for iPhone, or for Android. And it comes with a tripod that you can either put down or you can fold the legs and then you can hold it. It comes with a light on top and a microphone with a wind cap that you plug directly into your phone. Now, like I said, it's not necessary, but it is nice to have, especially the external microphone with the wind cap. As soon as you go outside, the audio on your phone or the mic on your phone might start catching up a lot of background noise. It makes your videos a little less easy to watch or listen to. So the vlogging kit is definitely something I would recommend if you are considering going out on the street and vlogging with your phone. And that's basically it when you're just getting started on YouTube. I wouldn't over-invest in equipment. I'm speaking from personal experience. I tend to be the person that's like, I need to get all the perfect equipment before I get started, and I spend thousands of dollars buying stuff, and I'm still like procrastinating just as much as before I bought the equipment. So just use the stuff that you have, invest minimally, get used to shooting these videos. Once you're convinced that shooting videos is really the way forward for you and you enjoy doing it, that's when you can start investing in a more intermediate setup. So what can an intermediate setup look like? That's what we're taking a look at right now. So the first thing that you could invest in is Gimbal. Now, I'm a little bit skeptical about this because a lot of phones already have stabilization in them. So a gimbal, or the gimbal that I have, is the, let me just make sure that I pronounce the name right. It's a DJI Osmo for Android or iOS. It's basically a device where you attach your smartphone to it with a magnet, and it allows you to shoot smoother footage. It works, but like I said, like for me, it's like I made the investment and I realized I still mostly use my Samsung Note 10, to be honest. Maybe it's because I still need to properly figure out how to use the gimbal, but you have to calibrate it a lot. Whereas, and this is for me only with the Note 10. My iPhone doesn't shoot it as smoothly as the Note 10. But there are a lot of phones where you can stabilize your video footage. So there is a button that you can slide on and off that says video stabilization. And once you turn that on, you will be able to shoot relatively smoothly. It's just then you have to make sure that you bend your knees and stuff like that. But this is really more of an intermediate setup. I do believe gimbals work really well on DSLR cameras. Not the biggest fan of the DJI Osmo, but I do know that a couple of the realtors that we work with use this one and they're very happy with it. So that's also why it is in this equipment video. Then another thing that you will definitely want to invest in once you get a bit more serious is a GoPro or multiple GoPros. I have 3 of these. This is the GoPro Hero 9 Black. It shoots in 4K, it shoots time lapses, slow motion, everything. I have already done another video on how you can shoot really beautiful B-roll with these GoPros, and I'll make sure that it's linked up here and in the description below as well. You can basically shoot everything on a GoPro. The angle and the lens is a little bit different. It has that typical GoPro look, but if that's something that you like, I would definitely advise you to go for it. You can buy an external mic for this as well, which we will also show on the screen. You can buy a vlogging kit, so you can actually vlog with this. And then my favorite for the GoPro is the suction cups. You have a bunch of different types of suction cups. The ones that I use mostly are the flat ones, the normal GoPro suction cups. And then there's also a gooseneck suction cup that I use if I want to get a specific angle that the normal suction cup cannot reach. I use them here on my window to shoot time lapses when the sun comes up, over there when it's sundown. I have used them on my car, which I think is an excellent way to shoot B-roll footage around the city very easily without you having to walk around everywhere. So definitely that. And then also make sure that you get the extra charger. So when you buy it, it comes with a charging cord and one battery inside. Make sure that you get the dual charger, which is something that you can buy separately, and some extra batteries. Because if you do shoot everything on this, the batteries don't have the longest lifespan. So that's something to keep in mind. And then also make sure that you get the right SD cards. So opposite to your smartphone where you can just record on the internal memory, with the GoPro you actually have to add a SD card. And let me see if I can. So if you take a look, this is the battery. It comes with one of these. Make sure you get some extras. And then right next to it, I don't know if you can see it, right here is a tiny SD card. There we go. So make sure that you get multiple of these with the adapter, because there's not a lot of computers that will take this card directly. So either get a card adapter. Often when you buy it, they will come with it. Or get yourself something like this, where you can actually use both sizes of SD cards. Just with that, a gimbal, a GoPro, some suction cups or extra accessories for GoPro, you can already shoot really beautiful footage for your videos. If that still doesn't cut your appetite for gear, here is our more expert level gear that we use at Unbound. So this is really the equipment that you want if you want to up level your video production. This is not something that I would recommend when you're first starting out, unless you've done videos in the past or you're just really into tech, into gear, because this is where it becomes a little bit more expensive. So the first thing that I would recommend is a drone. I use the Mavic Air myself. I like it because it is smaller and more compact than the Mavic Pro, but it still gives you professional looking footage. It is also small enough to carry with you on the plane. So I have the Fly More combo. We'll make sure again it will be listed in the description below. Then another thing that you could do if you feel like your smartphone footage isn't cutting it anymore, and this is purely if you want to use different lenses. Because if you look at your smartphone footage, a lot of smartphones nowadays shoot in 4K, and what I'm going to show you now does not shoot in 4K. However, it is possible with a DSLR camera like this one to use different lenses to create different effects. So for example, now I'm shooting on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, and you can see that the background is equally in focus as well as the foreground. That is something on iPhone that you're not really able to change unless you use external apps, and then it doesn't really look all that great. Whereas if you use a DSLR with the right lens and the right settings, you can create that blurred background effect. This is a 70D. I would recommend, if you want to upgrade your gear, go for an 80D. It's a little bit better than the 70D, but you're gonna have to learn like the settings and all that. This is not a beginner camera. Then get yourself a nice lens kit. This is the one that it comes with. Get yourself a 50mm as well, or a 22mm to get that blurred background effect. And then get yourself an external mic, such as the Rode Video Mic Pro. And a tip is that these Canon DSLRs often don't have the best audio cards in them, so lower the volume on the Canon itself and up the volume, the input on your external mic. If you do not do that, you will get a hissing sound on your audio when you record it with this camera. And then aside from the ring light that I talked about in the beginner section, you could also invest in some external lights so that you can actually record in rooms that don't have much natural light, or you can create more lighting effects if you would want to. The lights that we use for podcasts or interview recordings for some other clients are newer lights. I'm hoping I pronounced it right. Like, we will make sure to put it up on the screen as well. These are LED lights. The reason I really like these is because they don't take up a lot of space. You can literally like put them in a bag this big and then carry the stand, of course. You can change the color of these lights. You can change the intensity. I personally bought 2 of them, and for me, that's sufficient to have a professional lighting setup. Then a lot of our clients also want to shoot green screen videos. I personally think it isn't necessary. It is something that is a preference. So I think I prefer to shoot my videos like this in my living room, same setup all the time. If we use B-roll, my editor will interlace it with this footage. But if, for example, you're a realtor and you don't have time to constantly go outside and shoot your videos, using a green screen is a way to create videos where you're always on the screen, and then we can edit the footage in behind you. And for that, of course, you would need a green screen. So here are the 2 recommendations that I can make. Either get a portable one, which will come in a bag with a stand. It's easy to stow away in your office, or you can get one that is a little bit larger, but that covers more of the background. Again, we'll make sure to link these products in the description below. If you feel like I missed something, let us know in the comments. If you want more information on how the agency can help you launch and scale your YouTube channel, there is a link in the description where you can book a free consultation call with someone on our team, and they will gladly walk you through what the agency program can do for you. In the meantime, make sure you check out these videos over here, and then I will see you next time.